What are you hiding? What are you hiding, Dusk Till Dawn box? I almost called you a Monarch box. Listen, that's how you know. That's where my brain's at. Ooh, mischievous meeps. The mischievous meeps. Listen, if that's not a good sign, I don't know what is. With Dusk Till Dawn right around the corner, the set's hype is at an all-time high. So I figured, why not experience it for myself? So I have something very special today. That's right, an entire case of Dusk Till Dawn, ready to be opened in a 4-part video series where we go digging for treasures unbound. And if you haven't been around the channel for a box opening before, you will know that I don't really care about secondary value for these early box openings. I like to open the cards, experience the set, and relive some of the most fun I had with Flesh and Blood in the time of Monarch. So join me today as we crack into this fresh case and open a box as, ooh, shaking the whole table. It doesn't want to give up its goodies. So if you like content like this, if you're having some fun, make sure you click that subscribe button. It helps out the channel immensely. It does wonders for the YouTube algorithm. And until next time, just enjoy some FaB cards. Let's get into this. I believe these are the Belgium packs, which means we should have paper packs. This box art is wild. I will tell you firsthand that making content with this box art can be challenging because there is just so much going on using this in a thumbnail. And as you see from behind us, we have the sweet Levia playmat from the OG Monarch. All right, let's dig in. Packs of delicious goodness. I love the contrast between the bright outer box and the dark inner packs. The original Monarch had the light packs and the shadow packs. I do like just the contrast between the box and the packs here. And all in all, the Flesh and Blood paper packs, if you will, anything coming out of Belgium is just a massive win, in my opinion. They feel great to open. They look fantastic. And for all intents and purposes, they seem to protect the cards well enough. I haven't had any issues in any previous sets myself. So let's put these up here and let's open some cards. My very first experience from Dusk Till Dawn, not the movie, copyright pending. Here we go. Defender of Daybreak. Okay, so we got a light action. We got some commons right at the front. Angelic Wrath, and we know Light the Way. Some of the big hits in here, obviously with it being early in the set, it's going to be hard to tell, but there are some of my favorite things. There are serialized cards, there are Majestics, a ton of support that brings Levia back to light, well, back to shadow and into possibly the meta. Speak of the devil, Levia shows up. That should be a good omen. I think there's a lot of fun to be had with this set. Now, as far as competitive viability, we'll see how that shakes out, but frankly, I don't care. I'm all about the fun, and I want to see how people can have some fun with some new cards. Deathly Delight and Blessing of Salvation. All right, as we get going, we're going to move a little quicker, try to find what cards, what hits are in what slots. Make sure we don't pull in alpha investments and miss any Marvels here in the back of the pack. Seismic Surge token early on, Celestial Reprimand, Resounding Courage. All right, some cool stuff. Stirrings, we're through the commons into the foil, and it is a Defender of Daybreak. Defender of Daybreak foil, looking good. Pretty card. Beaming Bravado and Deathly Delight. Okay, 2 packs in. A lot of rares. Now, this set is crazy wide. I think there's a ton of Majestics in this product. We're going to say, here on this channel, we're all about the math. We're all about the data, and there is roughly 100 Oh! We flipped the pack around. That didn't happen. Spectral Shield right in the front of the pack. Light the Way, Break of Dawn, Rift, Shadow, Soul, Phantom. All right. Ooh, foil, Poison the Well right off the bat. If you get this right, 0 for 6 swing. 0 for 6, 1 card. Wall Breaker and the Figment of Judgment. The Figment art in this is wild. Double Majestic pack. You love to see it early in the box. Give up your goodies, Dusk Till Dawn. Let us be the very first channel to hit a serialized card. That's right. If we had a serialized card in this video series, this 4-part video series, everyone who has ever watched a video on this channel has to subscribe. Like that's just the way it works. I think that's more than fair. Tribute in foil, V for Valor, and Blessing of Salvation. So as we start to move through these packs a little more quickly and pick up pace, I want you guys to take a moment. Think about your favorite Flesh and Blood story that revolves around Monarch. What is something that you experienced if you played during the OG Monarch days, if you heard about Flesh and Blood when Monarch was around? What's something that just comes to mind when you think a Monarch? And that is something I like to do when I open these boxes. I like to kind of put the idea of what these cards are worth on the secondary market and how a set is doing and all that data that we normally track, and just kind of set that aside for a while. There's plenty of time for evaluation. This is all about fun. We got a Banneret of Resilience in foil. That's a pretty foil. That's a really cool looking card. I like the sparkle and the snow on there. So I like to put that aside and really just take the time and really focus on enjoying the set. Between the art, some of the fun themes of the cards, and how, you know, things can be played and different archetypes and decks can really take shape, I think can be extremely exciting. We are on to the Foil Soul Cleaver. Look at that's very pretty art. Look at how it just, what is coming out of that guy's mouth? That's crazy. Cleansing Light and a Widespread Ruin Majestic. That is very cool. The Rune Gate mechanic. It seems like, you know, obviously we needed to bring back the idea of the Shadow Rune Blade and the Light Illusionist, with both Prism and Chain being gone by the wayside of the Living Legend format. But man, oh man, they both seem so different. I mean, Prism a little less so, but the Shadow Rune Blade just seems so vastly different than if you played during the original Monarch, which you remember. Lumina Lance, there it is. The Celestial Cataclysm likeness brought back the multi-mode on Lumina Lance. This card is just beautiful. What a cool card. I had a wonderful time talking to friend of the channel, longtime YouTube and personal friend, John, about the idea of that card just going to be a high-value card, because it seems like everything with that character on it just is always valuable. Enlightened Strike, Celestial Cataclysm, anything is just always valuable as long as that character's on it. And here we have our first look at the full art heralds, right? The idea that these heralds are being, reprinted in this, what do you want to call it? Extended art, partly see-through, whatever you want to call it. The idea that those heralds are coming back in that treatment are fascinating. You know, the old content creator promos were such a fun thing to take a look at and really, you know, add to your collection. It was kind of wild to just see them come back in that treatment, especially so soon. Soul Butcher. We have a Vile Inquisition and a Deathly Delight. Almost halfway through the box, this has been, I mean, it just brings back so many memories of getting back out into the real world and playing trading card games with your friends. For the longest time, you know, during the crazy times of 2020, being stuck in the house with a Grim Feast and a Scream and a Frenzy. Ooh, another Majestic, the Blood Dripping Frenzy. Look at that, that was wild. But bringing us back to that time is something I will always remember fondly. It's a time in my life, you know, that was just, it was filled with hanging out, traveling with friends, just playing trading card games, and really just having a ton of fun. So it's something that anytime we see a light and shadow set, I personally will always enjoy myself and mentally take a trip back there. As we hit the halfway point through this box, it's important to note, we have not hit a cold foil or anything like that, and we also don't know if the cold foil being, you know, 1 per box and legendary 1 per case, all of that remains true. That could be part of FaB Legends, since, you know, FaB 2.0 has done very well. Frontline Helm, and in my opinion, especially with the Uprising set, been a massive win for the Flesh and Blood community and how Flesh and Blood is produced, delivered, and received. I really think it's important to remember, like, hey, we might be well past the 1 legendary per box. It might not be how we're operating any longer, and, you know, hopefully we aim to find out some of that here. I'm going pretty quick through the beginning of the pack, and I'm not seeing anything crazy, but let me know in the comment section if I missed something, because that would be pretty big L. Banneret and Vile. All right, still halfway through, and this is the Flesh and Blood feels that you get with box 1 in a 4-part series. You start to get nervous when you get more than halfway through the box and you haven't hit anything super spicy. Now, yes, we've hit some really cool Majestics, but everyone knows it's all about chasing down those Marvels and those cold foils. And ooh, another blue War Tune Herald with that extended art. We know that that's the big chase in this product. That's what we're after. That's what we want to get our hands on. And when you get this far into a box and you haven't quite seen it yet, man, oh man, I tell you firsthand, start to get a little nervous. Embodiment of Lightning token showing up for the first time. The Wrath. Look at, I like that. That Wrath art just looks super cool. Deathly Whale, and Whale or Wall Breaker. All right, we're more than halfway through. Are you feeling nervous with me? In the chat, are you also feeling nervous for not having seen those special spicy hits show up? What are you hiding? What are you hiding, Dusk Till Dawn box? I almost called you a Monarch box. Listen, that's how you know. That's where my brain's at. Ooh, Mischievous Meeps. The Mischievous Meeps. Listen, if that's not a good sign, I don't know. Mischievous freaking Meeps, everyone. If that's not a sign of things to come, then there is no signs and nothing matters. Everything is made up. The points don't matter. Deathly Delight. And, ooh, Oblivion. This would be a cool card to get foil. The legendary Vincent specialization. Maybe I'll do the Ben test on something crazy valuable if we pull it. Who knows? This has been a really cool experience. I am sweating. I'm starting to feel the nerves. The nerves are setting in. I'm feeling concerned. I haven't gotten anything wild yet. The Assault in foil, the Grim Feast, and the Cleansing Light. There is a lot of that synergy. Like, hey, if you're a Shadow Hero and this hits, or if you're playing against a Light Hero and vice versa. And, you know, historically, that hasn't been... Ooh, our first look at Narset. Not to be confused with Narset. No trademark infringement, just Narset. Don't worry about it. And that traditionally hasn't been, you know, the light versus shadow hasn't been the most impactful, but man, it can be fun in a limited environment. We hit another Majestic, Bequest the Vast Beyond. I'm starting to feel like I might have missed something in that box. I'll know if the comment section is blowing up. I'll know if I missed something. I'll know you guys are just screaming at me, saying, I cannot believe you missed this card in this slot, in this pack, at this timestamp. It's crazy. Tribute. Okay. We got something cool. Let's see what it is. Grasp of Darkness in cold foil. Dang, look at that art. That is a beautiful piece of art. Grasp of Darkness in the cold foil treatment. Gonna make sure to get that sleeved up, followed by the Sudden Scream. What a beautiful card. You'll love to see it. Now that equipment series being in this set when it's not draftable, that's super interesting. It's definitely interesting. Here's Levia, adult Levia showing up. Listen, we don't need any more kitty Levia, it's adult Levia. Hungering and the Scepter of Pain. The Scepter of Pain. All right, we did hit our cold foil. We're down to the last 2 packs again. If you like content like this, if you have enjoyed taking a fresh look at this product without being super concerned about the value, if you like the trips down memory lane and just kind of reliving some of the fun we had during Monarch, make sure you like this video. Again, subscribe to the channel. It helps all the growth. It helps the channel reach more viewers. It helps grow our little community that we got in our little corner of the internet. Thank you so much for hanging out today, guys. Last pack magic. Do we have it in us for box 1? Defender of Daybreak, Shadow Scream, and the Beaming Bravado. Thank you so much for hanging out today. I hope you enjoyed the box opening. Remember, this is part 1 and part 4. Make sure you stay tuned. Click that sub button, and we will see you around. Goodbye.